coming, Jaden. I'm coming.
And a pleasant good afternoon to you. Welcome to the Highlander Activity Center. We have got high school basketball coming our way here this afternoon on the Highlander Activity Network. Paul McDonald with you here high atop the hack on this 29th day of December. Hope all had a great Christmas holiday. New Year's right around the corner. This game, of course, was to be played last a couple weeks ago, but of course, had that snowstorm that came through here right the week before Christmas, and some things got moved around. The South and Valley City girls playing earlier today. More on that as the Valley City girls varsity winning this afternoon. But we're off and running. This is the C squad, Valley City and Fargo South. And the tip went out of bounds off of Dylan Hunt, and so the Bruins will have the ball first. And they're working up from our left to right. Bruins in their gold with the Bruin paw on the front. Highlanders in their home whites. Lucas Erickson, top of the key. He'll hand it off to Brevin Wark. Wark right on the logo. 30 seconds gone here in the opening half. No score. This is C-Squad basketball. Dribble drive. Here's Fallingstead inside for two. Corbin Fallingstead with the bucket inside for the Bruins, and it's 2-0 Fargo South. Bentley Thornton on the floor along with Mike and Matson. Shot doesn't go. Dylan Hunt, new to the team, grabbed the rebound, tipped it off to Thornton. Thornton gets it over to Willie. Jamal Willie's shot doesn't go, goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Highlanders. It'll be Bruin ball. So the starters for Valley City, they have Dylan Hunt out there along with Tegan Zahn, Jamal Willie, Bentley Thornton, and Mike and Matson. The starting five for the Highlanders. Shot from the corner. That is off the mark. Rebound underneath and controlled by Shahid. Shahid dumps it off to Wark. Wark just off the elbow. Back to Shahid. Stepping back. Left-hander. Three-pointer left wing. Can't get it to go. And the rebound tipped away from Matson. Controlled in the corner by Dolman. Dolman swings it over far side. Fallingstead shot doesn't go. And Matson controls the rebound for the Highlanders. Mike and Matson stops. Pops. Left wing three. Good! Mike and Matson knocks down the three ball from the wing. And the Highlanders take a 3-2 lead, 16-20 here in the opening half. Shahid comes across the timeline for the Bruins. On the wing, Fallingstead goes up top of the key is Wark. Wark bounce pass inside. It'll jump hook off the glass. Good by Mark Dolman. And it's a 4-3 advantage for the Bruins. 2 minutes gone, first half. C-Squad basketball here from the Hack. We got JB to follow. Three-pointer from the corner. Bentley Thornton shot doesn't fall. And a rebound is controlled by Dahlman for the Bruins. Wark will bring it back the other way. Varsity about 6:15, 4:45 for the JV. Fallingstead just inside the right elbow. Shot good. Corbin Fallingstead with 4. And it's a 6-3 lead for the Bruins. On a 4-0 run. Thornton brings the ball across the logo with the right hand hit by dribble on the far wing. Trying to get around Dahlman on the baseline. Here into the near corner, Willie. And he got a whistle away from the ball. We got a timeout taken by Coach Mark Matson for the Highliners. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout. 15:20 to go. We're in the opening half. 6-3. Fargo South with the advantage. We're back with more Highliner basketball from the Hack on the Highliner Activity Network. We are tied at 6. There was a bucket inside by Shaheed. He was fouled, and he's got a three-point play opportunity here for the Bruins. Coming in out of that timeout, Shaheed's free throw up, back iron, and through. So he completes the three-point play. 9-6, Bruins with the lead. Into the front court, Thornton comes across for Valley City. Top of the key, Mike and Madsen, three-pointer from there, back iron too hard. Rebound, Fallingstad working against Hunt, clears it, and outlets it. Here comes Erickson back to the way. Lucas Erickson with a little finger roll for 2. So Erickson with a little finger roll on the fast break, lays it up and in for Fargo South. And the Bruins take an 11-6 lead. That's their biggest here in the first half at 5 points. Zahn on the far wing for Valley City. Back up top, Thornton. Bounce pass, Hunt. Dillon backing his way in, double team there, kicks it on the wing. Thornton will take the long two-pointer and good. It was a long 2. Bentley Thornton with the long 2. And it's 11-8. Valley City down by 3, 14-15 here in the first half. Fallingstead on the far wing, up top of the key to Erickson. Erickson looking for the cutter, not there, has it still, now gives it off to Dahlman. Watched there by Madsen. Dahlman gives it off to Shaheed. Dribble drive, left elbow. Back up top, Fallingstead in the lane. Picks up the dribble, gives it back up top. Here's Erickson as he got it from Dahlman. And Wark has it. No shot clock here in the C-Squad game. Shaheed cutting through the lane. Shot blocked by Willie, but Shaheed got it back. Then Hunt takes it away. Dylan Hunt picks up the steal, gets it to Jamal Willie. He'll bring it up the floor for Valley City. Across the VC logo, Willie here to the near side. Thornton, pass inside Hunt. Dillon, little hook shot from the lane. That shot didn't fall. Rebound is controlled by Dahlman. And the Bruins with a three-point lead back the other way. 13:28 to go, first half. Oh, nice pass by Shaheed, all alone underneath Fallingstead. Left alone under the basket for the easy 2. He's got 6. And the Bruins take a 5-point lead at 13-8. Mikan, Madsen, stops, pops, three-pointer from the wing. No. Shaheed off the long rebound, clears it off and controls for Fargo South. Shaheed will bring it up the floor here on the near side. Into the corner. Now back off to Dahlman. Dahlman, dribble drive, Wark. Into the lane, right hand, no. Too hard. Willie clears off the board for the Highlanders. Willie starts up the floor. Valley City down by 5. 12:48 remaining first half. Dribbling all the way through. A little layup. Good. Coast to coast off the rebound. And Willie with his first 2. And it's a 13-10 game. Here's a runner in the lane. Shot doesn't go for Fallingstad, and then he's going to be called for the foul. That will be his first team foul on the Bruins. Check in the lineup for Fargo South. Garrett Meyer will come in. And Boston Larson will check in for Valley City. 12:30 left to go. We're in the first half. 13-10, Bruins leading. And again, a quick check at the scorers table. Make sure that we're squared away. So the Highliners can tie with the 3, trailing 13-10. 12:24 first half. Thornton top of the key. Driving through. Runner from the elbow. Can't get it to fall. And the rebound controlled by Meyer. And here come the Bruins back to the way, leading again by 3. Coming in also out of that timeout, Sutton Bruggeman gives it off to Shahid. Hesitates, try to go through a double team. Left hand up, rolls it in. Ali Shahid now has 5. It is 15-10. That's the lead for the Bruins. On the far side, Thornton. Zahn, long 3, in front of his own bench. Back iron too hard. And then the rebound. Taken down by Shahid. Clears it off. Bruins back to the way, leading by 5. Pass here to the near side. Bruggeman gives it back to Shahid. Nearly traveled in the lane. That's the ball off into the far corner. 3-pointer off the mark there by Meyer. And Zahn controls the rebound for Valley City. Highliners trailing by 5. Back the other way. Willie comes across the timeline. 11:28 remaining in the half. Picks up the dribble. Watch there by Bruggeman. Gives it off to Thornton. Into the corner zone. Teagan, left corner. Back up top to Thornton. Right hand dribble, picks up the dribble. Willie, left hand just off the elbow, backs up onto the wing. Left corner's on, dribbling onto the baseline, off the glass, too hard. Bruggeman clears out the board for the Bruins. 11:08 to go, we're in the first half. Fargo South leading 15-10. Meyer, pass into the corner, 3-pointer left side, air ball shot there by Erickson. Backside rebound, Willie. Into the front court. For Valley City. Here's Jamal all the way down. The little fancy scoop shot up and in. Jamal Willie's got 4. And Valley City cuts the lead back to 3 at 15-12. And now we have a timeout taken by the Bruins. 10:40 left to go here in the first half. 15-12. Fargo South leading. We're back with more Highliner basketball from the Hack. The C-Squad game. More on the way. This is Highliner basketball on the Highliner Activity Network. Valley City trailing Fargo South, 15-12. Out of that timeout, Bruins with the basketball. Bruggeman, pass inside. Back up Shahid. Driving through left of the lane. Kicks it off to Meyer. Meyer baseline cut off there by Willie. Back to Shahid. 3-pointer from the wing. Good. Ali Shahid now with 8 here in the first half for the Bruins. And we have a turnover off the inbounds. Bentley Thornton with the turnover. So the ball goes right back over to Fargo South, leading 18-12. With 10:26 remaining here in the first half. Down low, double teamed, and we've got a whistle. We got a foul called underneath on Valley City. That's going to be on Tegan Zahn. That'll be his first. It'll be the second team foul. Inbounds here in the near corner. Ali Ahmed passed down low. Bruggeman, first shot, no. Rebound, tipped her out. He and Larson battling for it. Boston Larson controls. Gets it off to Mike and Matson, and here come the Highliners trailing by 6. Gives it back to Willie. He'll come across the timeline. Willie gives it back up to Mike Matson. Matson's got a couple of threes here in the first half. Working against Erickson, and Erickson's going to be called for the foul. Lucas Erickson will pick up his first. That is team foul number 2 on Fargo South. And checking back into the lineup for the Bruins, Brevin Wark. Inbounds. Into Willie. Gives it back. Oh, went off the hands and off the chin and off the chest of Matson and out of bounds. So the turnover gives the ball back over to the Fargo South Bruins. They lead 18-12. We have 9:40 remaining here in the opening half. Shahid off to Ali Ahmed. He'll get off to Meyer. Meyer up top. Back to Ali Ahmed. Top of the key to Wark. Again, no shot clock here in the C squad game. Right hand dribble. Yeah, on the near side. Wark picks up the dribble. Gets it back off. Meyer pass down low. Ali Ahmed kicks it over to Shahid. Dribbling in. Teardrop from the left side. Good. Ali Shahid now in double figures with 10 for the Bruins. And their lead is at 8. Biggest here in the first half, 20-12. As we approach the halfway mark here in the first half. Here's a 15-foot mid-range jumper by Willie, can't go. Bruggeman gets the rebound. Sutton Bruggeman in the backcourt. Passes off to Shahid. He'll come across the timeline. Back off to Wark. Wark to Bruggeman. Cutting through Meyer. His little teardrop in the paint for 2. Garrett Meyer's first bucket. That's a 7-0 run here by the Bruins, and they take a 10-point lead, 22-12. Matson on the far side, looking down low. Now gets it off to Zahn in that right corner. Zahn, entry pass to Larson. Back off to Zahn. Teagan dribbling in, kicks it onto the wing, Willie. Willie stops, pops, three-pointer left side. Barely, I don't even think it drew iron. And Ali Ahmed clears off the board for the Bruins. He'll fly up the floor, all the way down. Ali Ahmed coming in. Shot off the glass, no, but a foul going to be called. Boston Larson and Mike and Matson were both there. And that's going to be called, I think, on Boston. That'll be his first, third team. So at the free throw line, as Yusuf Ali Ahmed hits the first one. He's got another one to go. Dylan Hunt back in the lineup for Valley City. And looks like Mark Dahlman comes back in for the Bruins. Second free throw, Ali Ahmed hits it. He's got his first 2. And it's a 9-0 run here for the Bruins. Their lead is at 12, at 24-12. Up top, Matson. In that corner, picks up the dribble. Willie, right by half court. He lost it, regains control. Back on the far side, quick shot and release by Matson off the back iron. And Meyer clears out the rebound for the Bruins, Ali Ahmed. Ali Ahmed comes across, left-hand dribble. He'll work it up top of the key. Gets it back off near side to Wark. Fallingstead. Turnaround shot, Meyer, good, off the right up. Garrett Meyer has 4. It is a 11-0 run right now for the Bruins. They lead 26-12. Willie up top, driving through, scoop shot, no, but Jamal Willie's going to get a couple of free throws here for Valley City. That foul going to be called on Mark Dahlman to be his first, third team. Willie's got 4 points at the line, shooting 2. First one bounces off, another one to go. Second free throw is good by Willie. 1 out of 2. He's got 5 points. That stops the 11-0 run here by Fargo South. They lead 26-13. 7:15 to go first half. Fallingstead dribbles that one off his knee and out of bounds. Turnover, gives the ball over to Valley City. Bruggeman will come back into the lineup for the Bruins. Inbounds here in the backcourt for Valley City. Highlanders trailing 26-13. Mike and Matson comes across the timeline to Willie. Inside Hunt, turnaround shot, high off the glass for 2. Dylan Hunt with the bucket. Willie off the assist, 26-15, Valley City. Trailing by 11. Bruggeman, pass here near side to Erickson. Back off to Wark. Wark try to go inside. Nice job there by Zahn, stepping in front of that pass and coming up with the interception. Tegan gets it off to Matson. Matson now comes into the front court for Valley City. Mike and Matson backs up, right-hand dribble, top of the key. Kicks it off far side, Willie. Willie shimmy and shakes. Now goes back over to the far corner to Zahn. Looking inside Dylan Hunt. Ball knocked away, and a foul going to be called there. Corbin Fallingstead's going to pick up his second. Fourth team foul. So the ball will be inbounded as Shaheed comes back into the lineup here for Fargo South. Zahn inbounds. Matson, right corner for three. Swish! Mike and Matson knocking down his third three. He's got 9. And the Highliners, just like that, on a 6-0 run to get the lead back to within 8, 26-18. Here's a three by Dahlman off the back iron and hits the support. It's going to go over to Valley City. 6:07 remaining here. We're in half number 1. Valley City down 26-18. And now we have a timeout on the floor taken by Coach Mark Matson of the Highliners. It is a full timeout. 26-18, advantage to Fargo South. 6 minutes and 7 seconds to go here in the first half. We're back with more Highliner basketball from the Heck on the Highliner Activity Network. As we come out of the timeout, Valley City trailing 26-18 with the basketball. 6-0 run right now by Valley City. Here's Zahn on the far wing for the Highliners. Watched by Shaheed. Try to get off to Willie. Ball knocked away, stolen. Shaheed with the steal. Layup left hand, good. Ali Shaheed now with a dozen. And it's 28-18. Back to a 10-point lead for the Bruins. Matson on the far wing for Valley City. Up top, Willie kicks it near corner. Zahn. Dribble drive, left baseline. Teardrop hit the side of the backboard, and Shaheed controls the rebound for Fargo South. Pass here to the near side, Bruggeman. Bruggeman goes up top, Dahlman. Back far side to Erickson. To the free throw line. Wark, turnaround shot, rolls and goes. Brevin Wark with the jumper inside for his first two. The lead back to 12 for the Bruins, 30-18. Top of the key, Mike and Matson for three. Off the back iron and get it to go. Dylan Hunt clears off the rebound for Valley City. Highliners regain control. Willie into the lane. Up and under. Little layup up for two by Jamal Willie. He's got 7. 30-20. Highliners down by 10. Here's Shaheed quickly in the lane. Kicks it off far side to Dahlman. Top of the key. Bruggeman for three. Back iron to Hunt. High rebound. Controlled underneath. Reverse layup good on the putback inside for Fargo South. As Erickson now has 4 off that rebound and a putback. 32-20. Willie left of the lane. There's a shot blocked there by Dahlman. Bruggeman clears off the rebound. And Bruggeman slows things down as he comes across the timeline. Bruins leading by 12. Here's a shot by Wark. That's off the mark. Erickson can't control the rebound. Goes out of bounds. And they can say it was off Fargo South. Erickson was over there battling Dylan Hunt. And it will be Valley City with the inbounds. Bentley Thornton comes back in the lineup for the Highliners. (32-20). Valley City trailing by 12 as we hit the 4-minute mark left to go, first half. Matson driving through. Pass. Ooh, that was a little hard and wide. Zahn couldn't control. Yeah, it goes out of bounds. The ball will go over to the Bruins. Mark Matson, the C Squad coach here for Valley City. Of course, had a very good basketball career at West Fargo. He was a Mr. Basketball candidate in his senior year in '93. Top of the key, Bruins with Erickson. Shahid, three-pointer, left wing, off the heel. Rebound, off, tipped around, picked up by Meyer. His little mid-range jumper is good. Garrett Meyer off the rebound, he's got 6. Just like that, back to a 14-point lead at 34-20 for Fargo South. And biggest lead has been at 14, 26-12. Here's Thornton, runner in the lane, shot up, misfires. And rebound, Erickson. He'll hand it off to Bruggeman. He'll bring the ball off the floor. 3:12 remaining, first half. Sutton Bruggeman, top of the key. Near side, Warwick, travel. A little jab step and shuffled. And the turnover gives it back over to the Highliners. 3:04 to go here in this first half. Valley City trailing 34-20. We're inside 3 minutes to go. First half, first of 3 here today from the Hack. Willie, top of the key for Valley City. Crossover dribble left hand. Into the lane. And foul called. Sutton Bruggeman there defensively will pick up his first. 5th team foul. Jamal Willie will go back to the free throw line, shooting 2. 1 for 2 from the line, 7 points. So the first one on the way, good. 8 for Willie. Yusuf Ali Ahmed comes back in the lineup for the Bruins. Mark Dahlman also back in. Willie, the sophomore, 6'1". Free throw on the way. Bounces off, can't get it to go. Hustle rebound there by Matson. He outlets it to Thornton. They'll reset the offense. Trailing 34-21. Willie off the elbow. Bentley Thornton from 16. Good. Thornton's got 4. 34-23. Highlanders down by 11 with 2.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Ali Ahmed for the Bruins. Far side, Meyer. Three-pointer from the left corner. And hits off the rim. Ball tipped in the hands of Thornton. Here come the Highlanders back to the way. Willie, cross-court pass intended for Mikan. Nice hustle there. Erickson knocked it out of bounds. And it will stay with Valley City. Bentley Thornton will trigger the inbounds on the baseline for the Highlanders. Brings it into the corner. Hunt goes up top. Zahn to Willie. As they approach 2 minutes remaining here in the half. Willie all the way in, off the glass, no. Nice rebound by Hunt. Kicks it over to Thornton. Three-pointer from the left corner, off the mark. And Shaheen on the backside grabs the rebound. Down court, nice pass. Ali Ahmed layup, good. Yusuf Ali Ahmed now with 4. And we've got a timeout taken by Fargo South. With 1:55 remaining here in this first half. 36-23. This is a 13-point lead for the Bruins. Again, their biggest has been at 14 at 26-12 and 34-20. $1:55 remaining in this one in the first half. Again, the girls winning by 20 today at Fargo South, picking up their first win of the season. And these games were to be played a couple of weeks ago before the Christmas break. But snow, of course, we all know about what's been going on weather-wise for that 2-week stretch. Here's Willie up top, has his pocket picked by Erickson. He's going in. Willie had a block, but no, the ball bounces through and did go through. Erickson will get the bucket, and he'll get a chance at the three-point play. Willie's going to pick up his first personal foul. 14th foul on the Highliners. Lucas Erickson at the line. This is the biggest lead now for the Bruins at 15 with 1:39 remaining. Good on the free throw. Erickson's got 7. 39-23, Fargo South. 1:30 remaining here in the first half. Up top, Madsen to Thornton. Thornton picks up the dribble, swings it off. Zahn thought about the quick three, no. Goes down low, nice entry pass to Dylan Hunt for 2. Hunt now with 4. 39-25. Shahid comes across the timeline, off to Ali Ahmed. Top of the key, Meyer to Erickson. Erickson gives it right back, cutting through the lane for Dahlman. Shot didn't fall. Willie had the rebound, was knocked away, regains control. Final minute here of the first half. Jamal Willie brings the ball across here for Valley City. Off to Mike and Madsen. Driving through the lane, going in. Shot blocked by Shahid. The loose ball picked up by Erickson. Erickson with Dahlman with him. Doesn't need him, off the glass for 2. Lucas Erickson now with 9. 41-25, Bruins by 16. Willie across the timeline for Valley City. Off the elbow left side, gives it over to Thornton for 3 off the front of the rim. And Shahid clears out the rebound. Back come the Bruins. With 20 seconds remaining here in this first half. 41-25, Fargo South. Again, with no shot clock, they will take the rest of this first half and get the final shot. Up top, right-hand dribble here near side. Ali Ahmed driving through, in the lane, dumps it off. Erickson can't control it, and there's the horn. And your score here at halftime, it is Fargo South 41 and Valley City 25. We will step aside. We'll be back with our halftime here from the HAC. This is C-Squad Basketball. The Highliners and Fargo South from the HAC on the Highliner Activity Network. We'll be back with more. Bob McDonald back with you here at the Highliner Activity Center as the Highliner boys C squad taking on Fargo South, trailing here at the half by a score of 41-25. As I mentioned earlier, the Highliner girls, they were at Fargo South today and come up with a sweep, JV and varsity winning. And assistant coach Tara Glant joining us. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Well, happy holidays.
Same to you.
Was it weird getting back on the court after a 2-week hiatus?
It was. You know, the girls were trying to get ourselves back into the basketball mode. Having 2 weeks off is a lot. So we practiced Tuesday and Wednesday, and today's Thursday. So we practiced hard Tuesday and went over stuff yesterday, and they came out today, and, you know, it was a tough go at first, but they came around. A
victory for you guys. Just talk about what was the keys to your win today?
Well, when you think about the JV, they like to run. So today I kind of had to pull them back a little bit because we'd get a steal, and all of a sudden we'd go and we'd turn it over at the other end. So, you know, I pulled them back at halftime, and I said, let's just sit in a half-court set and see how we did. And then we settled in. They're tired. I play with 7. When Greta and Hadley don't help me on the JVC squad, then I play with those 7 freshmen. And they were tired today, and you could see it. So they pushed through like I asked them to do every time, and they came up with a big win today. It was nice to see.
I think I might have asked you this when we chatted once before, but I'll ask you again. You look at a lot of freshmen on this team. So are they getting used to that speed? Because, you know, they played junior high basketball last year, and it's a little faster, a little bigger court, a little different. Are you seeing that they're slowly but surely getting used to that?
You know, they've always been a team that likes to run and go fast. I think the hardest thing for them is switching between the defenses, having to adjust on the fly between a zone or a man, full court press. It's a lot for them to comprehend. And in junior high, you don't really get to see the zone defense as much as you do, where here they can switch just about to anything and getting them to adjust. So they really are doing their best at that they can. And we have to take timeouts just to say, hey, get your heads back in the game. What are we doing? What are we in? So it's, I think, more of that adjustment than even the faster pace, because those 7 freshmen, they like to play fast. Yeah, they do.
And they can't press in junior high, but you do that now.
Right, they can't. And this team, and that was one of the things too with these freshmen, is they like to press, and they're decent at it. And so now giving them the ability to press all the time is, sometimes they just go, and I honestly have to pump the brakes on them sometimes. So
back the truck up. Back the truck up.
Totally.
Well, now the varsity also picked up a win here today for a first win of the season. So what was the key on the varsity win?
You know, again, 2 weeks off, they couldn't get things to go. A lot of the girls it's hard to play sometimes at North and South with the way those gyms are set up, and the girls, we had good shots, and they just weren't falling right away. So I think there's a little bit of frustration there. But again, how have we been in the gym? We've been in the gym for 2 straight days, unless they were in on their own. So not having that practice again, that goes a long way. And then, you know, the second half, they started finally settling in and running the offense, doing what Coach Howard asked. Coach Howard switched defenses up, and they were able to adjust and make stops and then go to the other end and make something work there.
Well, I know that I've talked to people in the past when they talk about the North and South gyms, their big dome. There's no, like, background. It's just kind of wide open, so it's kind of hard to almost depth perception for a shooter, isn't it?
Right. And you know, and just like any other normal person, you miss a couple shots, you're in your head. You know, and so us trying to encourage them that they're good shots, they're going to go in, just keep pressing on. So just trying to get that mentality to them too.
How about a confidence level? Just getting that first win and on the road in the EDC, getting a W just for their confidence level too.
You know, it was good to see. They smiled, you know, they were holding their heads high, and it was just a good vibe to see in the locker room at halftime and at the end of the game, just to see them celebrating the success that they had today, which was good.
Now you got to build on that.
We do, absolutely. We have, we go to Red River on Tuesday. That's going to be a tough matchup. Traveling to Red River is always hard, but they're tough too. And then the next week after that, we go 3 in a row. Or I think we have 3 this week, and I don't know. It's going to be a mad dash here now with all these makeup games. So.
Talking with Rob Hunt, the AD, is like it's all going to come fast and furious at once. And next thing you know, it's going to be February. Like,
right.
Where did January go? It just went through. But again, Coach, congratulations on the win and getting that first W for both JV and for varsity. But you got to win. Girls are feeling good. Now we something to build on.
Carry on. That's right.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank
Happy
you
New
very
Year.
much. Same to you.
That is Tara Glenn, assistant coach for the Valley City Highlander girls basketball. Again, picking up wins today, JV and varsity at Fargo South. We'll take a quick break, come back. We've got to look at the first half scoring and get ready for the start of the second half. The Highlanders trailing 41-25. This is Highlander basketball from the HEC on the Highlander Activity Network. Bob McDonald back with you here at the Highlander Activity Center as we get ready for the start of the second half. Quick look at the scoring for Valley City as 9 points from Mike and Matson, 4 points from Bentley Thornton, 4 points from Dylan Hunt, and 8 points from Jamal Wiley for their first half total of 25. And Alid Shahid leading the way. 8, 11, and 12 points in that first half, leading the way for Fargo South. Lucas Erickson with 9 in the first half, 6 from Garrett Meyer, 6 from Corbin Fallingstead, and a couple of points from Mark Dahlman, and 2 points from Brevin Wark, and also Yusuf Ali Ahmed with 4 in the first half. 41-25 advantage to the Bruins as we get ready to start the second half. Boston Larson, Dylan Hunt, Bentley Thornton, and Mike and Matson will be on the floor to start things here in the second half for Valley City. Whereas a lot of the Sea Squatters also play 1 or 2 halves for the varsity or junior varsity, so they can only play a half here. And it's 41-25, Valley City trailing. Turnover off the opening possession for the Highlanders. Here's Shahid. Oh, man, his pass inside went right off the cheek of Fallingstead. Matson picks up the loose ball, gets it over to Hunt. Hunt, little scoop shot with the left-handed hook, hustling after the rebound, and he saves it, but right into the hands of Dahlman. And here come the Bruins back to the way Shahid. Top of the key, Wark. 10 seconds gone here in the second half. No scoring as of yet. Up top, Fallingstead. Back off, Dahlman. He'll go up top of the key. Erickson, Dahlman. And shot, can't get it to fall. Erickson following. He'll get the putback up and in. He is now in double figures with the 11. It must have rolled off, excuse me. I thought it went in. It looked rolled off. Back into the front court, though, coming the other way, Bentley Thornton, and he is fouled by Erickson. That'll be his second. First team foul. So Bentley Thornton for Valley City going to the free throw line. He will shoot 2. Right-hander, free throws on the way. No, too hard, back iron. Another one here for Bentley. Right-hander getting ready for number 2. Bends and sends. It's on its way. Too hard off the back iron. Rebound controlled, falling stand for the Bruins. You know, that bucket did go. Now they did put it up on the scoreboard. So that bucket did go for Erickson. I thought it went through. And just were late getting it on. 43-25. South with the lead and the basketball. Dahlman on the wing. Wark, dribble drive. Through a double team. Shot up, back iron, too hard. Shahid skies for the rebound. He goes back up. That rolls off. Gets his own rebound. Hands it. Ooh, that should have been a travel. He took 2-3 steps backwards. Now they're going to call travel on the other side on Wark. Maybe if you go 3 steps back, it's not a travel. 43-25. Fargo South with the lead and the basketball as Tegan Zahn will come back into the lineup here for the Highliners. And coming in for the Bruins, Luke Sherba checks in for Fargo South. Matson into the front court. Here on the near wing, just off the left elbow, free throw line. 15-footer, fade away, good. An off-balance shot. Mike and Matson to double figures with 11. 43-27, Valley City down by 16. On the top of the key, Fallingstead. Goes backdoor pass, ball knocked away. Matson picks up the loose ball. Mikan into the front court for the Highlanders. Hesitates, driving in, left side, layup good. Mikan Matson, he has got 13, 43-29. Highlanders, 4-2 start here in the second half. 16:20 remaining. And now a timeout taken by Fargo South. This will probably be a full timeout. It is. 16-16 left to go here in half number 2. Fargo South leading 43-29. We're back with more Highliner basketball from the Hack on the Highliner TV Network. As we come out of the timeout, Valley City trailing 43-29. Inside shot there by Maloney, blocked by Dylan Hunt. The big man blocks that one. And the inbounds, Yusuf Ali Ahmed will trigger it in here on the baseline. Brings it in, Sherba. Near side, three-pointer off the mark. Rebound, Hunt clears it off for Valley City. Outlets it, Zahn, far side. Tegan will bring it up the floor. 43-29. Fargo South leading 15:53 remaining here in this second half. Ball tipped away and stolen. Here comes Garrett Meyer for Fargo South. Layup, no, short. That one shot was changed by Zahn. Hunt clears off the rebound, gets it off to Matson. Matson driving through right side, off the glass, no, and a foul called on Fargo South. Great defense there by the Highliners. And now Mike and Matson will go to the free throw line. That'll be the second team foul on the Bruins here in the second half. And I believe that foul was called against Meyer, his first. So now at the free throw line, Matson, first trip to the line here this evening, or this afternoon. Too hard on the first one. Another one to go here for Mikan. Right-hander Benson sends number 2. No, rolls off. Ali Ahmed clears off the board. Fargo South back to the way, leading 43-29. 15 and a half minutes remaining here, second half. Bruggeman up top of the key to Meyer. Meyer cutting through to Sherba, free throw line. He'll give it back up to Ali Ahmed. Dribble drive in the lane. Little Euro step inside, back iron, drops through for Ali Ahmed. He's got 6. 45-29. Zahn in the front court, far side for Valley City. Right in front of his own bench, right wing. Now up top of the key. Dribble drive, Little teardrop there by Matson, air ball, and out of bounds. It will go back over to Fargo South. Jacob Steinberg comes in as well. He's in the lineup right now, along with Mike and Matson, Boston Larson, Tegan Zahn, and Dylan Hunt, the 5 on the floor for Valley City. And the Bruins, Evan Maloney, Luke Sherva, Yusuf Ali Ahmed, who just came in, Brevin Wark, Garrett Meyer, inside Ali Ahmed, layup good. Yusuf Ali Ahmed now with 8. And the lead back up to 18, biggest of the game here for Fargo South. To the free throw line, Larson on the far side, and that goes right through the hands of Zahn and out of bounds. So the ball goes back over to Fargo South. As they lead it 47-29. Now coming in for the Bruins, Akeem Carbe. Now checks into the lineup on the far wing, Mutt. Garrett Meyer into the corner, Sherva. Oh, pass, and Maloney wasn't there, but getting it at half court is Meyer. We've got a double dribble call there against Garrett Meyer. So the turnover gives the ball back to Valley City. 47-29, advantage to the Highliners, or to the Bruins. And Colin Compson now checks in the lineup for Valley City. A lot of freshmen on this C squad roster, as you would expect. A lot of freshmen and sophomores. It's all freshmen and sophomore. There's the ball knocked away, stolen by Meyer for Fargo South. Into the front court, right-hand dribble. Wark comes across, near side, lining it up. Carbe, three-pointer, good. Akeem Carbe lines up the 3 from the corner and knocks it down. 50-29. Bruins with the 7-0 run and lead it now by 21. Zahn up top of the key for Valley City, gives it off to Mikan. Matson, dribble drive, right of the lane, and traveled. Yeah. The ball kind of got caught up on the hip of Brevin Wark, and they're going to call the travel on Matson. So the ball will go back over to the gold-clad Bruins, leading by 21. Wark on the far side to Meyer, top of the key, Maloney. Maloney cutting through, gets it off to Sherver, he traveled. Did a nice job getting Hunt into the air to commit, but then shuffled his feet, and the turnover. Now we've got a timeout taken by Valley City. It'll be a 30-second timeout. 13-17 to go here in the second half. 50-29, advantage to the Bruins. This is Highliner basketball from the Hack C Squad game on the Highliner Activity Network. We come out of the timeout. Valley City trailing the Fargo South Bruins 50-29. And the same 5 on the floor here for the Highliners as there was when we went into the break. Mike and Matson, Tegan Zahn, Colin Compson, along with Dylan Hunt, who's got the ball now, and that could have been a travel. Yes, he did get called for the travel. Had 3 Bruins around him. Also Boston Larson. Those are the 5 on the floor for Valley City. And the Bruins, again, Evan Maloney, Akeem Carbe, Garrett Meyer, he's got the ball, left wing, three-pointer, good. Garrett Meyer knocking on the 3, he's got 9. Also Luke Sherva out there for the Bruins, along with Brevin Wark. On the wing, Matson, top of the key, off the left elbow, lost it, got it back. Here in the near side, Matson, working against Wark. Dribbling in, kicks it off, Compson, top of the key, Larson. Larson, far side, Zahn. Tegan, three-pointer from the right wing, good! Tegan Zahn, long 3-ball from the right wing. His first points of the game, 53-32. Wark into the front court, Carbe for the Bruins, top of the key, Maloney to Meyer. His three-pointer from there, off the mark. Rebound, Carbe grabs it, and he's going to get tied up by Zonj. And the possession arrow will give it over to Valley City. Or check that. It should be, yeah, they didn't switch it to start the second half. It will be South's ball. So South will get the inbounds. We have a sub, but they haven't hit the horn. There we go. As in comes Bentley Thornton. Thompson will sit down. 12:04 remaining here in the second half. 53-32 South High. Maloney just off the right elbow, top of the key. Sherva, not a work, far wing. Working against Matson, just off that left elbow. Nice pass inside Carnbay. Got it to bounce around and drop through. Hakeem Carnbay, he's got 5. 55-32. Here's Thornton, left elbow. Gives it off to Matson, wants the baseline. Off balance, off angle, shot. Didn't come close. Rebound Carnbay. And now back to the way. Wark has it for the Bruins. Into the front court, far side, Sherva. On to the wing, Carnbay. Top of the key, Meyer, or to Wark. Carnbay tried to get it to Meyer, went off his hands and out of bounds. The ball goes back over to Valley City. That'll bring Jacob Steinberg back in the lineup here for the Bruins, or for the Highliners. 55-32. Fargo South leading, 11:15 remaining here in the second half. Thornton off to Steinberg on the wing. He'll give it back off to Thornton. Bentley crossover to the left hand of the free throw line. Kicks it over. Boston Larson three-pointer. I think it was tipped. Rebound underneath Hunt. Shot no, but a foul called. And Dylan Hunt's going to go to the charity stripe and get a couple of free throws. And that foul going to be called on Carnbay. That'll be his first, third team. So Dylan Hunt at the line. First game of the season for Hunt. Good on the free throw. 5 points. Second free throw by the right-handers on the way. Nothing but net. 6 for Dylan Hunt. 55-34. Fargo South with the lead. And the basketball. You got to start the clock, fellas. Where's at the clock? There we go. 10:55 remaining. Top of the key, Meyer. Dribble drive, goes through a double team, nearly traveled, or did he? Yeah, he did. That was Tegan Zahn and Steinbrook that came over defensively and caused Garrett Meyer to travel. So the ball will go back over to Valley City, trailing 55-34. C-squad game here with 10:47 remaining. Again, after about a half hour, we'll have this junior varsity game. Varsity scheduled for 6:15. JV scheduled for about 4:45. Top of the keys on. Picks up the dribble. Bounce pass inside Hunt. Gives it over to Larson. Mid-range jumper. Boston partially blocked. Hunt with the rebound put back. Can't get that to fall. And Wark controls the board for Fargo South. Bruins coming back the other way. Leading by 21. Their biggest lead has been at 23. On the far side, Wark dribble drive baseline. Goes up strong. Partially blocked, and maybe a little bit of body there by Bentley Thornton. So Bentley will pick up his first personal foul. Second team foul on the Highliners here in the second half. Shooting foul, so Wark will go to the line and get 2 free throws for Fargo South. First one's good. Second free throw. Brevin Wark, 5'11" sophomore. Free throws up, good. He's got 4. He will come out. Mark Dahlman comes back in the lineup for Fargo South. 57-34, Bruins by 23. As we approach the 10-minute mark, left to go here second half. Here's Thornton on the wing. A little give and go. Got inside, intended for Larson. Too wide for Boston, off his fingertips and out of bounds. So the Bruins will bring the ball up the floor. Yusuf Ali Ahmed comes across the timeline. Off the Dahlman. Here's Maloney to Sherva. Three-pointer left wing. Front rim, back iron, no. Hunt, rebound for the Highlanders. Outlets it to Thornton. Thornton into the front court. Bentley all the way down. Off-balance shot, can't get it to go. Rebound saved in bounds into the hands of Ali Ahmed for the Bruins. He looks down court. Pass down court, gets it off. Maloney to from Sherva. Back up top, Ali Ahmed. Here's Maloney, top of the key. Ali Ahmed on the right wing. Karim Bay, top of the key. 9:19 to go here in the second half. Pass down low. Nice pass inside for Dahlman. Layup good. Mark Dahlman with 4. 59-34. Fargo South with their biggest lead of the game. We are at the halfway point here in the second half. Up top, Yusuf Ali Ahmed almost with the steal. Thornton got it back, gets it over to Zahn. Taking on that right wing past the arc. Right of the lane, shot up, off the glass too hard, but he is going to get some free throws here. Oh, check that. That foul is called against Valley City. So that is the third team foul on the Highlanders. Mike and Matson comes back in for the Highlanders. 8:45 to go here. There's Ali Ahmed all the way down the lane. Layup good. Yusuf Ali Ahmed, 6.5. He's in double figures with 10. 61-34. Top of the key, Zahn backs up. I think that last foul might have been on Dylan Hunt. When there's a shot partially blocked, Hunt grabs the rebound. Inside for Valley City. Gets it off to Larson. Back down low for Hunt. Hunt tried his hook shot. Couldn't get that to go. Maloney was there for the loose ball. Off to Ali Ahmed. Into the front court. To the free throw line. Nice little shovel pass in the lane. Carnbay, he was surrounded by 3 Highlanders. Couldn't get a shot off. Gets it back to Maloney. His layup, no. And now rebound is controlled briefly there by Stainbrook, and he is fouled. That's going to be on Akeem Carnbay. That'll be his second. And the 4th team foul. Follingstead back in the lineup. Bruggeman back in the lineup. And Erickson back in for the Bruins. 61-34. Valley City trailing with the basketball. Matson into the front court for the Highlanders near side. Gets it off to Stainbrook. Top of the key, Zahn. Back to Matson. Long three-pointer from the top of the key off the back heel. High, long rebound controlled by Erickson in the front court. Erickson going coast to coast. Layup good. Lucas Erickson all the way down. He's got 13. 63-34. Stainbrook here in the near corner, and he double dribbled. The ball goes back over to Fargo South. 7:21 remaining. Here in half number 2. C-Squad game from the Hack on the Highlander Activity Network. There's a runner all the way down by Ali Ahmed. He's at 12, 8 here in the second half. And stay tuned. In our post game, we'll go over scoring. And again, remind you how you can find us on YouTube. Here's the ball tipped away. It's stolen. Here's Erickson back to the way for the Bruins. Layup good. Lucas Erickson now with 15. 67-34. 6:55 remaining here in this second half. Just off the elbow. Shot taken and draws the front of the rim by Zahn. Follingstead clears off the rebound, and Sutton Bruggeman will bring it up the floor. Comes across the logo, right hand hip on dribble. Pass near side, Ali Ahmed gives it back to Bruggeman, and a foul going to be called. A reach in there. That'll be on Teagan. He'll pick up his second. 4th team. So the inbounds will be on the baseline here for Fargo South. Carnbay checks back in the lineup. Maloney back in. Sherva back in for Fargo South. Bruggeman triggering the inbounds. Brings it into Carnbay here in the near corner. Gets it onto the wing, Maloney. Now to Sutton. Back to Maloney. He'll go far side, Follingstead. Follingstead driving through. Layup, good. Foul called. and he'll have a chance at the three-point play. And that foul going to be called on Matson. First one on Mikan, 15 foul. So Corbin Fallingstead at the line. He's got 8 points, missed the free throw. Sutton, Bruggeman had the rebound. He couldn't get the put back in. And now cleared ball is still on the floor. No one really's got control yet. It's a scrum. Now we're going to get the whistle and the jump ball. And it is Valley City ball. 6 minutes, 22 seconds left to go here. We're in the second half. And they're missing a couple points for South. It is 69-34. There's a shot from the corner, didn't go for Matson. Rebound controlled by Valley City. Shot up there, that one didn't fall. That was Jack Lerood underneath. Now Shahid, bounce pass down low. Little turnaround move, and there's a block by Dylan Hunt. And Larson picks up the loose basketball for Valley City, now to Matson. Matson into the front court. Top of the key, all the way down right of the lane, stripped by Carnbay, and I think Carnbay will be called for the foul. He will pick up his third. 15 foul. Inbounds on the baseline. Zahn brings it into the corner. Hunt has the ball knocked away by Bruggeman, and then he saves it, but into the hands of Larson. His jumper hits the heel, and the rebound, Shahid has it for the Bruins. Outlets it far side. Sherba into the front court for Fargo South. Pass knocked away by Matson. Here comes Mike and Matson all the way down. Layup good. Foul called, and he'll go to the line. Matson now with 15 and a chance at the three-point play. So Sutton Bruggeman will pick up his second personal. Sixth team. Matson 0 for 2 from the line. Again, 15 points. And a chance here at that three-point play. The ninth grader sends it up. Good. 16, team high for Matson. 69-37. Fargo South with the lead. Shahid up top, ball knocked away, and a steal. Lerood with the steal, and then has the ball stripped from behind by Maloney, goes out of bounds, and it will stay with Valley City. Lerood came up with the steal, the Maloney stripped it back, and we're going to get what? A timeout taken by Fargo South. 5 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in this second half. 69-37 advantage to the Bruins. We're back with more Highliner basketball from the HEC on the Highliner Activity Network. As we come out of the timeout, 5 minutes, 10 seconds left to go here in this second half. Fargo South Bruins leading Valley City 69-37. And here in the second half, 28-12 in favor of the Bruins. Inbounds on into the corner, Hunt. Onto the wing, Matson back to Hunt, baseline jumper, well, halfway down and then rolled out. Underneath, and Bruggeman had it and inadvertently tripped over Zahn, who was on the floor. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Valley City. So the inbounds, Tegan Zahn will trigger it in here for the Highliners on the C and City on the baseline. Brings it up top, Matson. Matson wants a pick. Driving in the lane. Gets it off. Leroux, jumper, rolls on. Rebound, Bruggeman. Controls for Fargo South. 69-37. Bruggeman, pass here near side. Maloney. Up top, Carnbay. Looking down low. It's not there. Goes back up onto that far wing. Meyer dribbling against Hunt. Shot from 14. Rattles around, doesn't go. Larson controls for Valley City. Off to Zahn. Tegan will bring it up the floor. 4:28 remaining, second half. Zahn into the front court. Left-hand hit by dribble, top of the key. Now gets it off to Matson. Matson, step back, long three-pointer off the heel. Long rebound and controlled by Bruggeman. He hands it off to Carnbay. He little flipped it. Little nonchalant layup attempt and it missed. But Bruggeman grabbed the rebound. Far side, Sherba. Sherba onto the baseline. Carnbay has it, driving through into the paint. Goes up with the right hand. Can't get that to fall. And Zahn controls for Valley City. He'll get it off to Matson, and Mikan will bring it up for the Highliners. 3:50 remaining. Three-pointer left wing for Matson. Good. Mikan Matson now with 19. His fourth three. 69-40. Highliners with the lead. Or trailing, pardon me. Up top, and Jack Leroux got a little too close there on the attempt, and he'll pick up his first foul. Sixth team foul. Yusuf Ali Ahmed will come back in along with Mark Dahlman coming in for Fargo South. 3 minutes, 34 seconds remaining. 69-40, Valley City trailing. Colin Compson checks back in for the Highliners. Ali Ahmed up top with the left-hand dribble. Gets it on. Shahid. Maloney. Near side. Dahlman tried to go back to Sherba, cutting through the lane. Went off his fingertips and out of bounds. So the ball will stay or go over to Valley City. 69-40. Highliners by 29. In the near side, Mikan, sidestep, three-pointer, good. Mikan Matson. I got him unofficially with 22. 13 here in the second half. 69-43. Sherba on the far wing for the Bruins. Into the corner, Meyer just off to Dahlman. To Sherba. Carnbay, dribble drive, baseline. And then a little hip check there. See if Jack Leroux is going to be called for that as he was coming through defensively. Assume so. Couldn't see the number from the official. But it'll be the seventh team foul on the Highliners. Hakeem Carnbay will go to the line and shoot two. He's got 5 here in the second half. First one's on the way. Good. 6 points for Hakeem Carnbay. 5'8" sophomore. And good on the second. He's got 7. And he will come out. Back in is Lucas Erickson. Tegan Zahn will come back in for Valley City. 2 minutes, 44 seconds left to go here in the second half. 71-43. Fargo South with the lead. Up top, Matson. Into the corner, Compson. Collin goes down low, a little wide for Hunt. Out of bounds, and the turnover will give it back over to the South High. And that will bring Shahid back into the lineup for Fargo South. And Wark also back into the lineup. Shahid had 12 in the first half. Has not played a lot here in the second half, but has played. Here's Maloney going through. Layup good. Evan Maloney with that one that just rolled through. Had enough spin on it. 73-43. 2:10 to go. Fargo South with the lead. Mikan Matson here in the near wing for Valley City. Steps back. Left-hand dribble, directing traffic. Looking for the pick from Compson. Crossover dribble here near side. Into the corner, Larson. Larson back on the wing, Thompson, back to Matson, left wing, left corner for three, rims out. Rebound tipped off the hands of a couple of folks. Last off Thompson, picked up by Erickson, and Erickson layup misfires. Rebound taken down by Maloney. Gets it back into the corner to Erickson. He'll get over to Sherba. Sherba driving through, off the glass, count it, and he's fouled. Luke Sherba now with a chance at the three-point play opportunity. 75-43. So Sherba, his first 2 points. Free throws up, and no, rolls off. Rebound into the hands of Dylan Hunt. Over to Matson. Matson into the front court. Zahn, right corner, three-pointer, off the rim. And then rebound, Maloney clears it off for the Bruins. Off to Shahid. He'll bring it up the floor with 1:25 remaining, second half. Bruins up 75-43. Top of the key, bounce pass cutting through. Runner by Erickson off the heel. Rebound, Matson saves it inbounds into the hands of Zahn. He'll give it back to Matson. Mikan will bring it up. Comes across the timeline, near side Thompson. Thompson here on the near wing. Skip pass, ball tipped. Got over to Zahn though, right side, layup, no, foul called. And Shahid's going to pick up his first personal, 7th team foul. And that will send Tegan Zahn to the free throw line for 2 shots. First trip to the line here for Zahn. He's got 3 points. And the right-hander's free throws up. Swish. 4 for Zahn. As Shahid comes out. Erickson in. Oh, pardon me, Bruggeman checks in. Free throw up for Zahn. Again, nothing but net. 5 for Tegan. 75-45. Final minute, second half. Bruggeman into the front court for the Bruins. Ooh, right at half court, nearly lost the dribble. Into the near side, circles around onto the wing. Gives it back to Wark. Wark, pass up top. Sherba. Back here near side, Bruggeman, and a travel. Well, the ball goes back over to Valley City with 42.2 seconds remaining here in this C Squad game. Zahn here in the corner from Matson. Driving baseline, up, no. Tipped by Hunt, no. Grabs it, fade away, up, yes, foul, count it. And Dylan Hunt. He tried the tip, then he grabbed the rebound, fade away, got that to fall, and now a chance at the three-point play. 8 points for Dylan. And comes up short on the free throw, but he's got 8 points, 75-48. And back the other way, final 30 seconds. Nearly carry there into the front court by Work. Off to Erickson. And they're just going to dribble this one out. Again, there's no shot clock, 75-48. Gives it back off to Erickson. And holding the ball on his hip, right in front of his bench, is Work as the final 5 seconds count down. And Fargo South will win this one. Your final score, the Bruins 75 and the Highliners 48. We'll take a quick break, come back, take a look at the numbers here, and then we'll be shut down our stream from this game, and then we're getting ready for the junior varsity game. So we'll step aside. We'll be back with our post game. Highliners falling 75-48. This is Highliner basketball from the HEC on the Highliner Activity Network. Your final in the C Squad game goes to Fargo South, 75-48. Take a look at the numbers here. Bruins with 3 players in double figures. Lucas Erickson leading the way with 15. Yusuf Ali Ahmed had 12. 12 from Aliyah Shahid. 9 points from Garrett Meyer. Corbin Fongstead had 8 points. 7 from Hakeem Carnbay. 4 points from Mark Dahlman. 4 points from Brevin Wark. And 2 points from Evan Maloney and Luke Sherva. For Valley City, leading the way was Micah Matson. He had 22. He was the lone player in double figures. Dylan Hunt and Jamal Willie each had 8. 5 points from Tegan Zahn. 4 points from Bentley Thornton for their total of 48. So that is the way the JV game goes. 75-48. Advantage to Fargo South. We're going to shut things down. We've got the junior varsity game coming up here at 4:45. So junior varsity is on the way next. Again, the stream going to be shut down, and then we'll be back here in about 10 minutes with more basketball from the Hack. Again, C Squad 75-48 advantage Fargo South. This is Highlander basketball on the Highlander Activity Network.